Before I start, huge shout out to Random Edits for the super thanks. I'm so grateful, and I hope that your support won't go unrewarded. Does the Blackhawk tactic still work in FM26 mobile? This was a question that had been on my mind a lot, and today we are going to test it. This tactic was made by Blackhawk, which is hilarious, honestly. I decided to test this with Aston Villa because it just felt right. In our match against Brentford, they scored 2 goals in 4 minutes, making me question the tactic before it even begun. When they scored the 3rd goal, I genuinely wanted to crash out. But I wanted to complete this match because that would be the right thing to do. We scored from a corner minutes later to make it 3-1. In the 36th minute, we got a penalty which he converted on the rebound, and the comeback was complete as Ross Barkley scored a stunner to make it 3-3. It was an insane half with 6 goals scored. I needed that win. In the 62nd minute, we scored to complete the turnaround. After that, it was just chances being wasted, and the match ended 4-3. Against Crystal Palace, it was a bit more straightforward, with us winning 3-1 courtesy of goals from Malen, Jadon Sancho, and Kamara. Against Everton, we should have won, but our players kept missing their chances, which made the match ended just 1-1. If you want to recommend a tactic or video to me, go ahead and join the Discord server. It's for the best, really. In the Carabao Cup, we got past Derby pretty easily to progress to the next round. We started our Europa League against VfB Stuttgart. It wasn't even a contest as Watkins scored within the first 2 minutes. They did equalize almost immediately, but from there we dominated the game. We scored 4 goals in the second half, with Watkins getting a hat-trick to completely destroy them 5-1. We won our next game against Fulham with no incident, but then lost to Dinamo Zagreb 1-0, although with a rotated squad, as we were a bit inconsistent with our performances. Despite that, the media also recognizes that we have had a decent start to the season. We went back to winning ways against Burnley, but we had Tottenham the next match, so it was a test to see whether we can keep the good performances up. And we did. Against Tottenham, Morgan Rogers scored within a minute to give us the lead. McGinn then doubled our lead soon after. We were controlling the game for most of the first half. In the second half, they pulled one back and looked threatening. But any hopes of a comeback were dashed as Watkins sealed the game. We won Fenerbahce, and shortly after we battled our way to a goalless draw against Manchester City. So after 8 games, we were 3rd in the league and still unbeaten, with Watkins among the top scorer in the league. With that, we won Manager of the Month for October. We suffered our first setback with a loss to Newcastle in the Carabao Cup on penalties. Our bad week got worse as we were facing Liverpool, and despite playing really well and leading at some point with a red card, we ultimately lost 2-1 to Liverpool with Isak scoring a late goal. We had a lot of big game fixtures between November and December. We won Bournemouth, Leeds United, Wolves, Brighton, even Arsenal as we continued out magnificent form. But then, as usual, we then dropped points to West Ham the following week, despite having more clear-cut chances. But then we completely and utterly humiliated Manchester United as we put 6 goals past them in a wonderful performance that made me fall in love with this tactic. We utterly dominated them. It wasn't even a competition. After that, we went on yet another winning run, beating Chelsea and Arsenal. By January, we were 2nd in the league behind Man City on just goal difference. For certain reasons, I decided to sign John Cordoba in January. He scored on his debut against Millwall in the FA Cup 4th round. In the Europa League, we were going strong and finished 2nd in the league phase, securing our round of 16 spot. After that, we beat Brentford 2-0 to further our ambitions. I was aiming to win a treble of sorts, but Man City were not giving me space. I won my next game and finally got to the top of the Premier League as Manchester lost a game for the first time in forever. We kept the winning streak going by beating Leeds, and then we got awarded the Manager of the Month yet again. We got our 2nd win over Chelsea this season, and for some reason this Aston Villa save produced some of the best talents I've ever seen. Our winning streak ended after we lost to Betis in the Europa League round of 16. But we absolutely bossed them at home, and we progressed through to the quarterfinals. We won Liverpool in the FA Cup quarterfinals, so our dream of bootleg treble is still on. In our match against Manchester United, we were the victors, pushing us closer and closer to the Premier League title. We continued our winning run against West Ham, and then battered Nottingham Forest away from home, with Elliott having a generational performance. And just like that, we were 7 points ahead of Manchester City in second. We breezed past Young Boys to progress to the Europa League semi-finals. We then beat Newcastle in the FA Cup semi-finals to get our revenge. We beat Fulham 3-0, which sealed the league title for us. It is an amazing achievement, as we are 10 points clear of even Liverpool in second. The board and fans are all proud, and I owe it all to the Black Hawk tactic. I'm even fourth in the Manager Hall of Fame. We then won another trophy, beating Arsenal in the final after a crazy game of football. All I'll say is Morgan Rogers is a gem in this game. Now watch the final of the Europa League. This was a wonderful season filled with many great memories. We won the bootleg treble, and I'm so happy. In the Premier League, we finished with 98 points, scoring 85 goals and conceding 26. Watkins and Rogers were among the top 10 scorers in the league, and Tielemans as well as Barkley were in the top 10 in the assists. These are our final goal stats for the season, and this is for the assists. If you want the tactic, go to FMM Vibe and search for the Black Hawk. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. This was definitely a 10 out of 10 tactic, and I recommend everyone to use it.